Now then, welcome to another video. If you are watching this video, which you are, that means that I have sold the black M3, it's gone. So I thought it'd be good to make a video about the used car selling experience, especially a car as magnificent as this M3. Yes, it has sold. If you are watching this, I'm not going to post this. I don't want this to feel like an advert. Yeah, if you want to buy it, then it's already gone, okay? A little bit of backstory first. I've owned this car nearly 3 years now. I have deep regrets about buying it. I shouldn't have done. One of my friends, Tom from the Motorworks, built this a few years ago, or did most of the, Clubsport stuff to it. I drove it on track a few times in his ownership, and then when I saw it pop up for sale again a few years ago, I was a little bit interested because it had some nice parts on it, and then the guy was selling it, slashed the price. He was originally asking, I think it was £21,000. Remember, this is 2022, so car prices were a bit higher then than what they are now. I ended up getting the car for £16,500, still a lot of money. So the plan was, it had some really nice coilovers, some Bilstein Clubsport coilovers, which are about £4,000 at least retail. We're going to take them off, put it on this, put the BCs that were on this on that, and then we were going to sell this car. I was also going to maybe take the Recaros out and put the standard interior back in, and there was a list of things that I was going to do, but long story short, none of that happens. Well, some of it's happened. So I have taken the coilovers off, and it also had a 3.9 ratio LSD, which I've also put in this car. So I bought this for parts for this car, and then the plan was to sell it on afterwards. What I should have done is just bought the parts for this car and not had this 1500 kilogram problem, which it's been around, and it's been okay. I've used the car twice. I drove to a track where I was racing the MR2s back in, I think that might have been back in 22 or 23. I drove the car to Snetterton, and then more recently I did a track day in it at Donington, but only really pulled around. I put my nice wheels on that I bought for this car. I put them on because it looks cool. That's pretty much it. But it's quite a nice spec, right? So obviously it was an expensive car. Still is an expensive car. Hopefully I'm not going to lose too much money on it. I think I'm going to lose some money. It is an SMG, but it's got Apple CarPlay and Recaros and Schroff, and it's got CSL vibes. Yeah, it's a bit dodgy when the battery's not connected. It's got CSL vibes because it's got the Alcantara all the way through it. It's got the SMG with the CSL software. It's currently on some BC coilovers. We're going to change that ever so slightly. We're going to change the spring rate and raise the ride height. We're going to change the wheels, and we're going to give it a check over, and probably need to do a wheel alignment as well, just to get it ready for sale. So in this video then, we're going to get the car ready for sale. I'm going to let you know my experiences of trying to sell a car like this. I'm not looking forward to it at all. I really not that good at selling things. Think of the things that I've bought since you've been watching this channel. If you've been watching a few years, I bought this 8 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. This is the most recent acquisition apart from the silver car, but have a think about how many cars I've sold during that time. How many cars have I sold during the time? Yeah, I'm not big on selling cars. I used to get through cars a lot, but I don't like to do it. So we'll see. And obviously, this being an M3, it's going to be a tricky one to sell. And it's got some good things about it, but it's got some less good things. The good things, these days you'll see people on these cars talk about the big tres, yeah, the big three, yeah. Vamos, Muchos, Trezos, yeah, which is boot floor, reinforcement plates, head gasket, and Vanos. And yeah, that's what apparently you need to make sure you've got done if you're buying one of these days. This car's actually got all 3 of those things done. This car has 1 of them, but yeah, whatever. This is my car. This car is going to go for sale. Anyway, what we're going to do immediately is we're going to get it on the ramp, so that's why it's here on the new lift. We're using the new lift for the first time, and what we're going to do is play with the ride height. We need to take these coilovers off and refit the original spring rate for these BC coilovers. I put a really heavy front spring in just so I could make the car look cool, basically. Yeah, hell yeah. And yeah, we're going to go over it, and there's a few. I've got a little list of things. We need to get some new fog light covers, other than that, there's not too much. I need to decide what I'm going to do on brakes. I have some standard brakes I could put on. It's currently on Porsche 996, 911 4-ports with CSL discs. I've got a Forge big brake kit, which this car originally came on, which again was something I was supposed to be selling. I've still got that. Might put that back on, but I do also have some standard brakes I might put on. I don't know yet. We need to get the car in the air and have a think. Now, the roll cage and everything is pretty permanently in there, so we can't just put the car back to standard and try and, you know, net the most profit. These cars, these days, they're definitely not selling for as much as what they were. I mean, I got a really good deal. When I bought this car at the time, it felt like a £20,000 car, but these days, well, I can tell you, I would struggle to get 15 for it because I actually advertised it just between friends. I think I mentioned it on a video. I didn't do a proper advert or anything. I had a few people ask about it, but obviously it's still here. So what we need to do is get the car in a sellable state. A saleable state, is that how you say it? Get everything together, make a proper advert, and try and sell it, and ultimately get it out of the way, because it's in the way now. Yeah, okay, so let's start by getting it up on the ramp, and I'll show you one of the main concerns for me, or one of the reasons why this car is yeah, going to cost me a little bit. It's going to cost me a little bit. I'm not going to be able to sell it for as much as what I paid for it because of one thing that I found on it, which was, did the previous seller know about it? Maybe. Okay, with this car finally on the ramp then, let's discuss the problem that it has, the main problem. Well, obviously it's a bit dirty, as you can see. Yeah, maybe could have cleaned. I don't know about cleaning cars before putting them away. I definitely probably should, but you know, winter and that, innit? Anyway, we'll get to that. So the car is, you know, pretty good, right? As far as an M3 goes, if I look at Marketplace now and look at some of the cars out there, then, you know, a lot of them haven't had the work that this has done, and, you know, this has been tried and tested and works, yeah? It functions as a nice little Club Sport track car, right? It's got the Recaros, the Schroffs, and the, you know, it's got the look, right? It's got the look. But the problem is what this car did between the years of, I think, 21 and 22, or maybe 20 and 21. It spent a year in Scotland.
Yes. What, big shoe, big shoe!
Oh dear. You know, on the book first, yeah, on the bookie, you might remember the Bilsteins looked awful, right? And the rest of the car did as well. It was used as a daily driver. Somebody's life was going well enough that they could run an M3 every day, and this kind of M3 as well, spicy. But that was not kind to the underside. And the front arches aren't that bad. I think they might have been replaced at some point. If you don't know your E46s, then they do like to rust on the arches. It's all bodywork, but actually is that perhaps a little smidge there. But the front arches, compared to this one, I mean, my blue car, look at that. That's got really bad, hasn't it? Just sat here. That's not looking pleasant at all. But this car's a lot better in that regard. And when you look at it from the outside, you know, it looks fine. It's a track car. The paint's not mint by any means, but it's not too bad. The problem is when you get a little bit closer. So there's a clue. Can you see that? There's a clue. Okay. And if we come inside, the inner arch is rotted out. And it's the same on both sides, unfortunately. So this side, exterior is okay on this side, but again, just a little bit. It's worse on the other side, but just a little bit. Now, can I, in good faith, sell a car, risk my rock solid reputation and sell a car without telling anyone? Because I tell you what, unless you looked for it, you wouldn't know, right? If you look at the car from here, you know, you're excited. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this car, mate. Oh, yeah, I'm so happy. And obviously, you're going to check all the other stuff. You might not think to check those rear arches, but obviously, no, I can't sell it. Since I saw that, I can't sell it in good faith. So my options are get it fixed, right? Or just sell it with the caveat that, hey, look, the car's solid, it's a really nice car, but you know, you're gonna have to take care of this at some point, which I'm gonna go for plan B, because even just having it on the ramp now is eating very valuable time that I need to, you know, make my preparations for the year. It's in the middle of February as I talk to you, so yeah, we're gonna get the car ready for sale. What we'll do is we'll raise the ride height, change the coilovers, have a think about what we're going to do with the front brakes. I think it still deserves to have a big brake kit, right? And it would be easier to just leave the Porsche brakes on there, wouldn't it? Maybe I'll just do that. I could even try and sell it, you know, with the Forge kit as well, maybe, you know, maybe try and get rid of some parts at the same time. It's missing fog light simply because it had some fog light ducts which I robbed for that car, and I need to replace. I need to go up there at some point before leaving today, because I need to replace one of the housings that go around the light. But that's it. It's just that got a bit of corrosion, and obviously I had the car MOT'd recently, and I pointed out to the tester, and he says, "Oh, it's no problem, you know." But it's not structural, so it doesn't even flag up on the MOT. They don't care, right? So I'm pretty confident that most M3s out there, if they've not been, I mean, this car, I've owned it for a long time now, and it's always been kept inside, and I've barely done any miles in it. But cars that have been used, you know, when this car would have been 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, whenever it was, when it got used on the roads for that full year of commuting, and it's done it some damage, man. It's done it some, I mean, obviously it probably would have been on its way by then anyway, but yeah, what we're gonna do, that's some nice farm on there. What we're going to do in this video then is we'll get the front coilovers off. Yeah, well, in the full video we're going to sell it, but today let's get the front coilovers off. Find the spring. Currently it's got a really heavy front spring. It's got a 14 kilo front spring, and it should only have an 8 kilo front spring. So we'll put it back to factory BC settings, and then we'll raise the ride height and have a think about what wheels I would like to sell it on. I've got some Apex wheels which are quite aggressive, and they look really cool on it. Black, some of the black ones that I bought, and they've got AR1s on as well. So it's, you know, like the track day boys love those AR1s, don't they? So, but the only thing is, if we're going to do that, then we need to run a 20mm spacer. So, have these studs got enough in them for 20mm? 20mm spacer rings. They need a 20mm spacer because they're for an yeah, we might get away with that. The wheels are for an M2, so they're quite a high offset on the rear, but I think they look cool on this. Black on black, some people love that. It did have black grills and everything on this, but got rid of that now. Anyway, let's start by getting the suspension off. I got a theory here that I might be able to change the coilover spring in situ. It would save a lot of messing around if I can. So I've got the original spring. This is an 8 kilogram, I think. Yeah, 8 kilo spring, which means it takes 8 kilograms to compress this every millimeter. And currently in there is 14, so, you know, that's a huge, it's a crazy increase. I didn't do that for performance. I did that to look cool, okay? What I'm gonna try and do is drop the shocker down from the top, and hopefully we've got enough suspension travel then for me to undo the top mount and get the spring out. But the anti-roll bar is probably going to be helping us, or not helping us. I don't know, let's see, maybe it'll work. Nothing ventured, nothing lost. It might end up being a long cut, you know, like a shortcut which takes you longer, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to take that nut off, which should drop the shock. And when that happens, hopefully there's enough room we can get the spring out. Well, the nut's out. If we do both sides at the same time, then there's nothing holding the top of the shock up, then it'll be free to come down. The only thing, I mean, I don't want the shocker, the wishbone and stuff coming out this way, not the wishbone. I don't want the hub face, flange. There's too many words for things. But if we keep the roll bar connected, then that should prevent that. I think. I don't know, let's find out. You keep an eye on that side. So it's still connected to the side. It's probably the anti-roll bar holding it up. I've not taken the top knot fully out yet. I think we're gonna get Jackie and then do it. Ta-da! The boot just shut. Fuck out, scared me. Okay, so that's the old spring. I had to fit a helper as well. Maybe you watched those videos. Maybe I didn't video it. That would have been wise. So you can actually see the physical difference between a 14 kilo spring and an 8 kilo spring. You know, it's like twice the size. Yeah, too right. How's this side getting on? Yeah. Oh, is that a little bit tight? Look at that. An actual time save. That's not what it's supposed to look like. A bit ghetto this. I guess if you've just bought this car and you're watching this, you might not be too happy with that, but never mind. Yeah, this is gonna be difficult to do. So we've got the roll bar obviously fighting each other each side. So that's kind of in there now. I don't think it's in there enough to get any threads started. Okay, let's adjust these springs. So at the minute, it's like 1.5 inches just to take up the slack. These should hopefully be nice. Okay, I'm not going to lock these off for now because we need to do a ride height test. Let's do the back. So I think we should go up again. So the first thing we're going to do on the rear is remove this lower shock bolt. That'll allow the full trailer arm to come down and we can get the spring out. On spring, all we need to do is that, but you might notice some of the locking parts are missing. Let me go find them. So I played about with these before so I could get the car lower, but now we'll put it back to how it should be. So that end goes into the springy. I guess the locker goes on first, like that. It's probably right, isn't it? So I'm going to set the ride height on the rear just to be so the spring's not loose, and we can adjust it from there. But I need to find a balance between looking sporty and not looking like, you know, Stance Nation. I reckon around there is probably about right. I'll go do the other side and then we can have some sexy car looks like. Alright, I need to go upstairs to try and find these wheel spacers. I don't think you've been upstairs yet, have you? Well, come with me. Haven't got a permanent way of getting up here yet. I would like a staircase, that'd be nice, but it's okay. Ooh. Oh, there's a pile that I swept up but didn't clean. Got a winch here, a lift, what do they call it? Electric rope hoist. Yeah, that'll do, why not? Yeah, everything that was once downstairs is now up here, out of the way. So whilst we're here, we'll find those fog lights which are here, because I had them out the other day. There's some spring pads there as well. Maybe we could have put them, I removed them to get less ride height. I don't know, we'll take them with us. We might need them. We need to get another one of these plastic covers for, I'm guessing that means it's the right side, left side. So the only thing that I haven't got yet is a way to get things up and down, but it's something I'm working on, I'm thinking about. I got a few spare pallets, and what I'm going to do is build a pallet, like a smaller pallet, to use as like something I can put things on to lift them up here. So yeah, got a heavy duty bench here at the back. It's not really a bench, more like a storage. You know, got all my old gearboxes and stuff on there, just chilling. There's the view. What a lovely view. So at the minute I'm just kind of putting stuff in my pockets. Oh, I did have a bucket. Where's the bucket? It would be nice to use the winch. Maybe I'll try and find the bucket. Anyway, I need wheel spacers, and this is all BMW stuff. These are those other brakes that I mentioned. They're in my AP boxes, but they're not APs, I'll tell you that. I'm not a big fan of wheel spacers generally. In fact, I'm pretty anti wheel spacers, anti an uncle wheel spacer. I don't think they're good. I think they're a compromise, not a solution. They were in there all along. Just wasted a good few minutes looking. Anyway, let me show you the winch. So we can use a bucket to show and test the winch, but I'm sure you'll get the idea, right? There's a few ways I could have mounted it. This was an easy way and perhaps the safest way, because these beams from the pallet racking are not meant to be twisted or anything. You know, their strengths, you know, how they're supposed to be mounted is just with weight going down. Yes, if we put a boom on, or if we put an arm that swung out or anything, we wouldn't be able to mount it to this. We could maybe mount it to the frame of the building, but for now this is fine. So that's the only problem with having the winch where it is. Yeah. Alright, so I got these wheel spacers. I'm not a big fan of wheel spacers, you know. Maybe I've mentioned it before, but the question is, do we still have enough thread? I think we do. We still have enough thread. Let me go and grab one of the wheels. These are fast wheels, I don't know if you remember. These are the ones I was running last time at the Nürburgring in the M3 in 2022. The reason I think these are best to give away is, one, they look really aggressive, and two, they've got the Nankangs on, which, you know, the Clubsport crowd loves, and three, I don't really like having them needing wheel spacers. So anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, 4 full turns. That would be 1.5, 6 mil. That's not enough, is it? How much thread do we get on in a full turn if the pitch is 1.5? By the time they're torqued, it'll probably be 4.5. I don't think that's enough, is it? We can potentially change the studs. I've got some other studs. I don't know, it seems okay. Let's check the ride height, I can come back to this. Alright, we're going to find out what the ride height's like, and also get an idea of how the car looks on these wheels. I think the black on black with the red calipers is actually working pretty good, I think. But let's see. That looks pretty respectable. Maybe do some measurements, shall we? Front right is definitely lower than the front left. This is not a flat floor by any means, but that's quite significant, isn't it? So we'll lower the front left, I reckon. Oh, well, what's the rest of it saying? Oh, look at that. That is a very respectable race car. I wouldn't mind losing a little bit. Yeah, same here. So I'll do some measurements, but it seems like the rear left and the front left a little bit higher than what they want to be. That's all for today though. I'll catch up with you next time. Within 7mm on the back and within 3mm on the front, quick maths, within 3mm on the front, but I mean the floor isn't level. We'll get it on the tables and have a play, but definitely want to come down at the back for sure. Back left looks high. Alright, it's a week or so since I filmed the other stuff. We're going to continue working on the E46 today. I've actually got a track day at Thruxton in just under a week's time. We're going to be at Thruxton. So that'll be fun, never driven that track before. And yeah, we're going to be going in the M3. Not sure what wheels yet, it'll either be the Rays with the AD09s or these with the, probably these with the Nankangs. The only reason I'm not wanting to run these is because of how loud these are on the motorway. The Nankangs are not a nice tyre to live with, are they? But you know, may as well use them up. I've got some parts. So in these two boxes, we've got fog lights. They're aftermarkets. It was about 50 quid all in for fog lights and new covers. So yeah, we'll get them on. I've also got some longer rear studs. So what's interesting is those rear studs that are in there now are the same length that were on the blue car, which I went to the Nürburgring with a couple of years ago, and only 4 full turns, that's about 6mm of penetration by the nut clamping force. It's not enough, but yeah, these are longer studs and we will be able to securely fasten the wheels, and yeah, we'll probably sit up on these. So I'm going to change the ride height as well. We'll get the ride height something nice. I've also got a new treat. You might have seen I've been going up the Lidls a bit lately. Well, now we've got a Lidls laser level to help me get the table set up, and we'll have to do a wheel alignment on this as well. And we'll even wash it with another load of new products that I'll show you later on. But yeah, let's get the studs in and let's get the ride height set. Pew, 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 pew. Just a bit of a tool buyer, you know. Okay, we do have a few jobs to do on the rear. So we'll have a look in a minute. We need to change those studs. That should be nice and easy. But we also need to have a look at the rear brake pads, because I mean, I don't think Thruxton's a big braking track and not a big heavy brake track, but I currently have OEM rear pads in this car. I did have some new RS29, but I put them in the blue car. Now I do have these. These are what were in the blue car before I put the better ones in, but these are RS29s still, but obviously they're pretty old, but I think we can clean them up a little bit. How do you clean them up? You know the technique? Probably should do this outside, but obviously they're not in great condition, but for a track day or two, they'll be fine. So let's put them into the car and we'll change those studs. Just going to put this in the, this is in the tickler mode, just in mode 1, just to tickle it. Okay, I mean that one wasn't tight. Oh, how about this one? Say hello to the Yep. So these will be held in with thread lock. So let's just give them a little heat and hopefully that'll break away the thread lock. Beautiful. So that's the original one, and that's the one we're putting in. They're 15mm longer. Ideally I wanted some that were 7mm longer because I don't like it when they stick out, but looks like someone might have pressed the wrong button ordering them, but yeah, we'll put them in with a bit of thread lock. This is already set to 46 newtons, that sounds about right. Right, I found people saying 20 foot-pounds. I found some people saying 25. So we'll go for 25 foot-pounds, which is what, like 33, 34? Can we get the thing off? Can we get that off? Don't worry about the Brexit on there. Can we get that off? It's right in the shocker. I think we might need to do a hack. This tiny whiny little 7mm spanner. Now the jaws are just opening on this equally cheap ass spanner. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Right, this is another 7mm bit, but this has a 10mm hex on the back, so we'll use a 10mm ratchet spanner. Jesus, they're so tight. Okay, that's not good. I've never had these pads out before. They're not in terrible condition, really. It's just a lot better to have some RS29s in it, wouldn't it? If I got a long 10. That should not be that tight, man. Okay, it's going to be one of them jobs that turns into a big job, isn't it? Yeah, just change the brake pads, no problem. I'll get that done for you, sir. We have a new product to try. This is from one of the latest channel sponsors, AutoSmart Mech Oil. 4-in-1 maintenance, lubricator, you know, the kind of thing that you want right about now. I mean, we can undo that shocker bolt and try and get on it with a ratchet as well. That's probably one of the easier options right now. Annoying, isn't it? Okay, no bodging then. Let's go and get my mate. Right, so now I can get on that square. Yeah, that's tight, man. Can never remember how to do this. Bottom first. Whew. I don't think that's the method. Huh. Look at that. So I use these on track once. These are OEM pads. Techstar. These are Techstar pads. Look at that. Bent the ear off of it. Wow, wow, wee, wah. Never seen that before. Did actually get some new little wire brushes from Home Bargains today, so I'll give it a little clean. Right, what we're doing with the ride height. So the rear left was the highest. It's not a lot, is it? We'll just wind this down a little bit and see how it looks. I'll do it. 6, 7. Just about 8. So 8 by 1.5 is 14. That's, no, it's 12, you dafty. It's alright, isn't it? It's gonna have to be. Reckon you should probably bleed these brakes as well. Wonder what the nipple's saying. It's not the clearest piece of pipe in the world. Pretty clean. Actually, I must have bled it before then. Heavy. Right, I'm going to get all these tables roughly where they want to be. Somewhere like that. I'm going to turn the lights out. Alright, can you see the beam? I'll be honest, Mr. Little, it's not the best. But we're having a bit of a parkside thing lately. Parkside developments. So anyway, I'm going to try and get that beam. I'm going to turn the rest of the lights off, so you won't be able to see much, but I'm going to try and get that pattern to line up on them all. Yeah? This shed used to be housed by animals, right? And it's sloped to make it easier to clean out. So not only is it a concrete wobbly floor, but it's also sloped one way to make it easier to wash out. So yeah, the adjustable tables, each leg is adjustable, so we can hopefully try and simulate a flat floor, a meter in the sky. Let's see, that's the first time I've done it on this side, so fingers crossed. Alright, that's pretty good. It's not 100%, but it will be okay. So, I'm going to do ride height first. So, this is the way that I like to do it. Everything looks real rusty and dusty, doesn't it? That's because it is. So here's the interesting thing about now we've got a level floor but in the air, right? So I measured the ride height on the floor, it looked a bit squiffy, and we made one change to the rear left. The numbers are all over the shop compared to that now. Now that we've got an actual flat floor no, we never had a flat floor to start with. Now we've got a flat floor to work from, or a flattish floor to work from, which is these tables. Now they've been calibrated. Yeah, now, yeah, the ride height's all over the shop. So the rear left looked high to the eye, and yeah, it's still 10 mil higher than the rear left. So, yeah, interesting. Now we can do some, this is a nice staff that I've got. We can do some work. So the front right to the front left, there's 7 mil. The right is lower than the left. So do we raise the right or do we lower the left? 5 mil front left down, rear left needs to go down 6 mil. It's not huge, is it? But may as well. Now we have a few things to do before our string alignment. First off, I'm going to check the cambers. What's the straightest thing in here, do you reckon? It's not the building, that's for sure, but we'll use it as a datums. Okay, 4.5, that's too many. 4.5, that's okay. 4.5, I'm spotting a pattern. 3.7, that is a nice number. All right, that's easily done. We'll just take a little bit of camber off this one. This car's still got quite a lot of rubber bushes, so it's quite nice on the road, but also means that, do I really trust the alignment? Well, it's not the racing car, is it? It's the fun car. So they can do what they want with it, right? It's a Clubsport. It's meant to be a bit of fun on the road and that as well. Can I get those lock nuts off? A little bit of a shimmy. Okay, I need you to watch that number, okay, because I can't see it from down here. Yeah? We're looking for 3.7. How's that? 3.8, a little bit more, yeah? How's that? How your garden grows. Perfect. Who's that chump I can hear? Oh, what? Well, sorry for working. Sorry for what? Sorry for working hard. All right. Oh, there we go. Now I will just go bleed the brakes and then I will do some other stuff. We're a few days on. I'm just finishing off the brake bleed and then we're going to give the car an alignment. Hopefully the ride height's good. I nearly bought another little laser level today. I was thinking it'd be maybe something to have two of, and then, you know, wouldn't have to faff about so much while they're cheap. But these Brembos, the Porsche Brembos, are notorious for the aluminium and steel nipples, are notorious for braking. So I'm just going to have a feel now on here. We'll see what it feels like. If it feels bad, we'll warm it up. Doesn't feel good. So there's currently 10 psi in the system still, which should be enough. I think that might be okay. Can warm it up if we need to. But that's all the brake fluid I've got out so far. As you can see, it's pretty clean. So nothing to worry about. Just doing this because Fruxton in a couple of days, and you know, I'm going to drive this car I'm going to Donington tomorrow. Ooh, that actually does feel a little bit tighter. Let's just, rather than faff about, let's just warm it up a little bit. Whatever corrosion was causing that rough feeling. It feels okay now. And there's a lot of fluid coming out, that's good. So yeah, that's as clean as you're gonna get really on a brake fluid change. I must have, when I fitted these have obviously been on the blue car and they've also been on the drift car. So whenever this was fitted, I must have, you know, changed or at least bled the brake fluid, because that's, yeah, like I say, that's as clean as you're gonna get. If I wasn't sponsored by the Millers and the Dixels, then I would probably pour that brake fluid back in, you know. These vacuum bleeders for 20 quid or whatever don't have to make the life easier. I'm gonna get a compressor over here soon. We've got one over the other end, but I'm gonna get one over this end soon, and I might get a little vacuum bleeder. Do you like my Parkside little overalls? I've got joggers on underneath, so they're a bit tight. No homo. This car's actually got the better ABS compared to the blue car. It's got a more advanced, more modern system. Obviously it's still 20 odd years old, but it's better. You know, I was looking at some of the footage that I'd recorded already in this video and the one I'm working on the MR2 as well, and I couldn't help but feel a little bit disappointed with how dusty everything looks. Especially, I've got these new lights from National Lighting now, and you know the place is so well lit, but it just makes you know, it's still dingy, right? Even though it's so well lit, it still looks like a dusty, dirty garage, and maybe I can do more to try and prevent that. Especially like when the cars come in looking like this. This is not good, is it? But I will try. What's that boosting outside? I wanted to fit in. I wanted to fit in. Everyone else had them and I didn't. I seen him at Lidl the other day. I was like, for the rack 10, I was like, gonna flex it. String alignment. Okay, now comes the real fun. So what we need to do, that string, can you see it? You can see it, right? So you're almost in the middle of the wheel where you are there, but the string needs to be too, right? Try and get you level, not there. So this string, I need to raise this up for that string to go through the middle of the wheel to give us the most accurate readings. Okay, are we in the middle? Just about, maybe a little bit lower. So I'm measuring its string, obviously it's quite thick. On the inside of the string, just so it's easier, it's 14.1, yeah? On the other side, it is 14.5. So, I want 14.3, yeah? So I am going to twiddle this bar, yeah, until I get 14.3, which I do pretty quickly. And then I'll just do that a couple more times around the car, front and rear, until I'm happy. Well, happy with the measurements at least. Right, you might be wondering then, how do I measure the toe? What is toe, you know, with the wheels? How do I do a wheel alignment with this thing? Surely you need lasers for that. No, we don't. So we've already calculated that the distance between the front two wheels and the string is the same, and the same for the back, right? So we've got this nice round square box. There's rings here on the end of this bar. This bar's obviously the same length. Someone's just washing their car, which is a bit annoying. I'll try and be quick here. What I'm going to do is measure the front of the wheel there, which I can see is 51, and then the back of the wheel there, which I can see is 52. So 1 mil extra here means that this got 1 mil of toe out on this one wheel. That's okay. Hopefully the other side's the same and then we don't have to change anything. 52. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I don't think I've ever done a wheel alignment on this car. It had different coilovers on it before, but the alignment, I mean, it's a little bit aggressive. We've got different springs on it now. It's a little bit aggressive, but it'll be fine. That's actually incredible. So we'll do the same for the rear. This is at 45 and this is at 45. This is crazy. I might not have to change anything. Oh, this one's 44. Oh man, it's fine. We literally don't need to change anything. We could go anal, right? So there's a 0.5 mil of toe in on the other side, which is not replicated here. Basically 45. Ooh, so there's a smidge, maybe it's 0.5 mil, there is a smidge. Wow, this honestly never happens. So remember, we've got a nice flat floor, we've got a nice square box, or a rectangle box, straight lines, and yeah, this wheel is perhaps a smidge. So currently it's 45 there and 45 there. So this is straight. On the other side, it's just a smidge in, which is probably what you'd want. So I think, just so that we actually, you know, do a little bit of work, let's see about maybe just towing this in ever so slightly. Right, so can you see in here, there's a trailing arm, okay? At the front of that trailing arm, there are 3 18mm bolts, which I am going to slacken off ever so slightly. Try not to get it in my eyes. So I'm just tickling them loose. Okay, so they're slackened off now. We might get lucky. So sometimes just, you know, relaxing the bolts will give you the desired results. Rarely. Okay, no, it has moved, but it has gone the other way, unfortunately. So at the minute, the distance is greater here. So what's happened is the front of that wheel is actually pointing out, like at the front axle's doing the same, right? Whereas the other side, the wheel's pointing in. So we want this to do the same. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky on these, it's a little bit annoying. We're not adjusting a bar. What we've got is a bush, some bolts, and we're going to try and, I've got my bar here and I'm going to try and convince this bush, this whole frame to just do that. This whole frame to just do that. That was probably too much because it was quite a big movement. It was indeed. What I might be able to do, let's just do that, bring it back. Okay, so we're somewhere in between those two figures. Need the slightest, just the slightest. Oh, that could be it. 46. A little bit too much. 45. 45 and a half, please. Yeah, okay, we're on. So these are 18mm bolts again, which have the 100 newtons. All right, we're done. Honestly, that never happens. That was the easiest alignment in the world. I'm going to keep these built up because something feels too good to be true. So if I'm driving home with a sideways steering wheel, then I can, you know, quickly get back to work tomorrow. I did just remember one thing that we can do. I mean, these are aftermarket, they don't fit very well, but they might last. I had to buy the covers separately. Not really a big fan of these big carbon things, but I like the intake. Sounds nice. I've got a new filter coming for it. Fortunately, I don't know if it might have arrived. It might be at home waiting for me. Carbon fibre. But yeah, the filter has been on for a few years. Doesn't look great. If I get my hand behind it, that'd be a lot more use. Lame. Hey. Not a fan of black wheels. Not at all. ADHD hack for cleaning wheels, start the valve. Have any of you seen a movie where there's a guy who's a cop and he acts all trendy to infiltrate a gang of criminals? Yeah, he ends up falling in love with one of the criminal girls and, you know, ends up being real good mates with the main criminal guy, and you know, he has to make a choice. Do I want to be a cop, or do I want to, you know, these people that I've befriended? What's more important, the personal relationships with my new friends that I was, you know, brought in here to bust? Have you seen that movie? I forget what it's called. Ah yes, Point Break. Tuner. No crust. The paint's not great on this car, I don't know if you can tell from there. It needs a good correction really. It's been a track car for a long time and obviously I've not looked after it that well. I mean, I'm driving it to Donington tomorrow, might end up on track. Driving it to Thruxton on Tuesday, definitely will end up on track. And I am tempted to actually take it to the Nürburgring, given that the MR2 and the main ring car, my blue M3, well, different shade, 50 shades of blue, right? But yeah, I am tempted to take this over to the Nürburgring, just kind of a recce, just to get out there and get a feel for it again, without the stress of, you know, new builds, because this will be tried and tested by that point, and it has been old faithful in a sense. Obviously, I've not used it much, but yeah, I'm gonna use it some next week, and chances are I'm gonna be feeling like not selling it again. But my JZX is getting collected this weekend. It'll be on a boat, on a big slope boat. It'll take about 3 months to get here. So, you know, by then I will need to sell this car. But yeah, sometime between now and 3 months' time. But what a machine! So stay tuned. We'll go to Thruxton next, shall we? For this car, and then yeah, we've got a month until MR2 season starts. We've got all sorts of other stuff going on. Get locked in for those Sunday morning uploads. Hopefully I can keep it going for a bit. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the different style of video with a tripod and all that. I've been watching a lot of people who make videos like this, and yeah, wireless mic and a tripod, rather than me, you know, holding the GoPro and walking around as much. A little bit different, I guess, but we'll see how we get on, eh? Hey, we're a couple of days on, and yeah, Donington was mostly a success, but I've got more things to do to the car, servicing, and I'm just currently plugged in trying to see if I can read some code to see. I had some issues with the SMG yesterday, I know, but I think it was me being a fool more than the car being a fool. But yeah, we're in Thruxton in 2 days, so just gonna do some more little bits. You're welcome to join me. So yeah, I managed to just get this this software working, and I now need to figure out what we need to do. Status. Oh, I should probably try and have a look online. There's one of these is gonna allow us to kind of do some kind of calibration, but I don't know. I found it. SMG adaptation for M gearbox. Yes, please. Vehicle position must be horizontal. Maybe I should try and find some more stuff. We can bleed actuator, then we can bleed the clutch. Right, well, I'm glad I did a little Google there. It seems that if we run this and it fails, the car will be immobile. So let's not do that. What I'll do is I'll take this laptop with me to Thruxton, and if the car, you know, starts acting up, or it's, you know, undrivable at Thruxton, because I think just what I was doing was I was lifting and changing gear, and I think that was causing more problems. So, but yeah, I'm not going to run anything yet, but we've got a service to do. We need to change the wheels again. We're not going to run the Nankangs. They're too loud on the road. They're horrible. Yeah, we've got some more work to do. Come on. Right, on the jobs list now, oil service, air filter, change-a-roo. We're going to change the front brake calipers to the more sporty ones, change the wheels, set the ride height once again. We're going to leave the SMG. I'm fairly certain it's okay and it's just me. And if not, we'll change it when we get to Thruxton. Or, you know, if it's playing up, we'll change it on the day. Yeah, that's it. Nice and easy. First, I think we should drop the oil. The car's been sitting for an hour or two. It should still be reasonably warm. Aha. There's a story here. I remember now. So when I changed this oil on the car the first time, well, I've only changed it once, but I've only used the car 3 times, right? So come on. Yeah, I was a little bit concerned about this sump plug. Doesn't look like it's been leaking. As you can see, I put a little anti-back out device on it and also paint marked it. Looks fine, right? Is it wet? I mean, the car doesn't use any oil, so looks like we got away with that one. Don't you fucking dare. Just gonna undo the oil filter housing. Although I forgot about on the M3s, you have to squash the oil filter past the air intake to get it out. I forgot that. That's nice. Oh, that's good then, aren't they? Do you remember when I brought them last week and gave you one?
I've only got one.
Okay.
What's your fucking dirty mouth? There's a friction off the ladder.
And these big.
I'm just fucking bald.
They're not bald.
Are they out on the road?
Probably.
They're not road legal, then? Sure.
Yeah.
Have you done the brakes?
No, I've not done the brakes.
What have you been doing?
I've made a pallet truck. Yeah, everyone just come have lunch over here, it's fine, I'm not doing anything.
You actually look like a YouTuber.
Nice bib and braces.
Nice eating shit.
Where's your bib and braces? Pasta man. Pasta pot.
Don't really get me eating.
That shut you up, didn't it? Turning the camera around. Check out the big gob on Ned. So I think at some point someone has over tightened this or done something. Maybe impacted it or something like that. So when I changed the oil the first time, this felt horrible, but I was laid on the floor, so I didn't really get a chance to do anything about it. You can see the threads are loose, you know? You might have to wipe some tears off my face in a minute.
Some tears?
Yeah.
By the time?
This sump plug is, someone's fucked it before. So but the good news is I might need to helicoil it. The bad news is that means taking the sump off. Yeah, now the threads are fucked. That's cool, isn't it? I kind of had an inkling from before. I do have good lights. I just watched some videos, trying to find videos of people fixing, you know, taking the oil pan off. Taking this pan off is a couple of hour job. Don't really want to do it. But I saw so many videos of people just like straight tapping, drilling and tapping their sumps. Like proper businesses as well. And I was like, what the hell? I couldn't believe it. I guess people are in the, you know, it's only aluminum camp and, you know, don't worry about what could happen, but I mean, aluminium, I mean, the dusties could easily, you know, that's what the oil filter's there for, that's what is that? That access hole? Imagine. What is that for? I never even saw that, can you see it? I didn't even see it. We've been here all the time. I didn't even see it. Let's take it off. This could be the key and the secret to a happy ending. Oh, there's oil under it, so please be a gaping big hole. Please. Ah, not quite, but we can definitely use it. Go on then, answer a postcard. What the heck is that? Got a lot of oil on me now. Alright, let's get this over with. That was a little bit too easy. Wow, there's a lot of alloy minimum swath. Wow, you'd be dumb to do this without having this little access hole. Very dumb. Oh my god. Look at that swath on that. In my hands. I think I got most of it. Okay, the GoPro's died a little bit, but this has got oil in it. I'm just keeping my eye on it, and yeah, no leaks. So that's cool, isn't it? Excelente. Right, slightly annoying and scary afternoon. Yeah, I know. There's every chance that this gasket here, but that's for, we don't have a new one, so hopefully it doesn't leak. I feel like I can see oil forming. I've rushed ahead a little bit and I've filled it with oil. So there's, you know, I think it'll take about 5 litres of oil. It might leak. I guess we'll find out. What I'm gonna do is this piece of card here. I'll put that onto the car before I leave tonight. And then when I come back tomorrow, I'll be able to check and see. For now, let's do something a bit more fun. And that's the brakes. All right, so these brakes that are on the car now are from a 911, 996, or a Porsche Boxer S 987, I think is the codes. So 4-piston Brembos, it's using a CSL disc, and yeah, they're fine for what they are, but this car actually came with a better braking system, and I think it deserves to have it back again, especially because we're going to be doing a track day. I know I've done some track time in it, but we're actually going to be doing a proper track day at Thruxton, and I want to be able to enjoy myself and not worry about the brakes. So what we've got here, these discs were pretty much brand new when I bought the car, which was a plus point. They're looking a bit aged now from being sat around, but yeah, we've got bigger discs, thicker and bigger diameter. I'm not sure what they are, probably 360mm usually. These are 345mm. We can compare, can't we? Hang on. So yeah, I'm not sure if you can see, but bigger and wider. So more heat dissipation, please. The calipers are also bigger, but most importantly, the pads are much bigger. So these are Forge brakes, which is a UK company, but they're basically just copies of an AP caliper, which lots of companies do, like your K Sports or your Yellow Speeds and all that. They're all just, you know, AP copies, right? So there'll be someone somewhere making these for everyone. And the pads are much bigger in these compared to those. So these are RS29 Pagids. So are these. They're both the same pad, but the actual size of the pad is much better. And again, what that gives us, I mean, look, it's nearly 50% bigger, I'd say. So remember, 6 pistons, bigger pads, and what this does is braking feel will be better, but also braking capacity will be better, and yeah, we should hopefully not have any issues. So let's swap them round. The first thing I'm going to do, I got a new toy last year, So what we'll do is we'll depress the brake pedal. What that'll allow, you know, that'll keep pressure on the system so that when we crack a line off, we won't piss fluid anywhere. I know it sounds wrong, but that's how it works. It kind of seals off the hydraulic system and stops it leaking. Happy days. Hopefully the brake lights aren't on. Nope. Cool. Okay, we may as well start on the brake lines because if they don't want to budge, then it's game over. I'm gonna get rid of the paint. The paint around, hopefully, if we can get rid of that, then it won't stick. All right, fingers crossed. So what we'll do is I'll give it a little tickle, and if it looks like it's not going to come loose, we'll just leave it. Haha! It has come loose. That's good. Just tighten it back up for now. Let's go check the other side. Okay, this line looks loads cleaner. So that means it'll be more of a bitch, right? Haha. Nope. Cool. Both lines came loose. Okay, so the rest of this process should be pretty simple. We can't turn the steering wheel, which is annoying due to the, what do you call it, brake pedal thing being on. I recently got a tool from Lidl's, a right angle impact, which, if it had any balls, would be ideal for getting these, the nuts, the bolts off that go into the hub. So what we'll do is we'll take them out, because that's what I've done on that side as well. Get the disc off, which has got no screws in it anyway, for whatever reason. And yeah, we'll have a good time, I think, here. So they're probably an 18 or a 16. 18, I think. They're a bit tight, which they should be. And then about 100 Newton meters again. Have you seen these big spanners with the ratcheting ends? I've seen some American YouTubers have them, but I've never seen them in the UK. Maybe you know somewhere. Fucking toy, mate. Let's see if this thing can. I've slackened them off already, so. Absolutely useless. When these brakes have been on for a while, and you know they've got hot, and I'm having to put a little bit of effort in to get them off. But that's why you want a right angle impact, isn't it? No. Oh. Congratulations! I'm trying to keep the caliper on the disc, which is why I want this right angle impact to work. these pads, the discs and pads, like brand new. So, goes that way. If nothing else, it should be able to drive these in. What do you reckon the torque spec is? I think it'll be 100. M10, oh, it's M12 actually on these. M12 1 point, yeah, that's what the suspension is. My brain's telling me it's actually 110, not 100. I think it's 110 on the brakes. This kit that I'm using, this bottle, it's all a bit old now. I always buy these cheap ones. They're about 15 quid. I've got 3 of them so far. I think I'm due a 4th. I'm planning on getting an air compressor to myself up here, and then I get an actual compressor vacuum bleeder. That'll be cool. I also wonder if there's a chance of I mean, we're using air, right? But we don't have a filter on it. So we're introducing more water, doing my method here. These will clean up nice. They are really fresh, the discs. They might not look it, but tomorrow we'll, all we've got to do is change that air filter, I think. Change the wheels, check the ride height. Air filter, wheels, ride height. Right, today's the last day of this video. I've been ill for the past couple of days. It's not been very nice. I've not been this ill for a while, man. I feel a bit better now, but bad. What's that meant? What's that meant? What that has meant is meaning that I has only got like 2 hours and that to make this car ready to go to Thruxton. So yeah, first bit of bad news is the cardboard of truth has revealed that this is indeed a BMW after all. Strange thing is, it's leaking from the sump plug. Maybe the washer's not big enough. What do? Do we just try and put a bigger washer on it? Or maybe because now it's 1.75 thread diameter. Is it just not big enough thread? Is that not? Have we fucked it? I mean, I can tighten it up some more. I only did it to 25 Newton meters, which is, you know, it's a M12 by 1.75 bolts, so it's nothing. Maybe we just want to tighten it up a bit more. But the good news is, I'll show you. I can't do too much videoing today. I'm going to keep that GoPro going for a bit. So this has been 2 days. And it's definitely just the sump plug. So I was worried that this thing would be leaking, right? For now, I'll just try nipping it up. I'm not gonna worry too much about that in 2 days. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. I did put a bigger washer on it compared to the stock one, so I'm not running the stock one. I just put a copper washer on. Right, I got about an 1/8 of a turn on that, and yeah, felt pretty good. About 40 degrees or something. What I can do is pull this cardboard down a little bit, clean this off. We'll be able to see if it leaks. We've got a couple of hours, and then I need to leave. Hopefully the brakes are just going to work. That would be sweet. Okay, let's leave this to the last job then. Let's do the ride height next, I think. So we need to put the raised wheels on and then do the ride height. These wheels are 10.5 inches wide, ET30. Pretty big, but also like conservatively big, you know. Because they have the 285/30 tyre. I'll just put 3 bolts in for now. 285/30 tyre, so This tyre is a lot smaller on the rear than the front. Right, I'm going to estimate we'll probably want to lower the car by about 1 inch. Oh, that's too many. Too many. It's not a terrible ride height, is it? I definitely should just live with it and get on the motorway, but you know, I don't want to. So let's just lower it. I had to raise it up at Donington on Saturday. The ride height that we set previous was no bueno. It's like 1 inch of room in the tyre away. And they fitted nice on my blue car, so not sure what's going on there. Maybe I just had the ride height way differently on the blue car when I had them on. But anyway, let's make this look cool. That's what I had to do at Donington. They were up here before. But now we can go back to where we were, I think. Should really measure. It takes 2 seconds to measure. I don't know why I keep forgetting to measure. That's very annoying. I am better than this. Okay, I'm sure this ride height will be fine. Yeah, that's good. Someone on this car has, I don't know if there's a splitter here before or something. But there's also screws in the side where they've tried to attach the undertray at the front as well. Which is a bit weird, isn't it? But when in Rome. Actually, it's not a bad idea. Looks pretty good. Look at that wobble. Bit wobbly, yeah. Not anymore. Cool. All right, let's get it on the ground then. Okay, so fingers crossed now the car has a nice strong brake pedal, and all we've got to do is change that air filter. Okay, going in for the brake pedal feel. Yep, feels pretty good. Okay, so the last job is to change the air filter on this Venturi. So it's bolted in there. I'm hoping I can just undo that Jubilees, wiggles it off, and then the only thing is there's probably 6 screws, I guess, holding it in all the way around. Let's have a look at the new one. Okay, so we have one new filter. God, that's going to be quite a comparison picture, isn't it? I've got some new gaskets as well. Hopefully we don't have to take the full thing out, although I don't think that's going to be too much effort even if we did. Let's get started. Excuse me. Thank you. Aha, there's a bolt. Oh, who's fitted this? Where's the washer? And some people are nasty. But anyway, that should come out now. Excuse me. Oh, you bastard. Out of the way. Okay. Yeah, look at that nasty ass shit. Look at that for a difference. Yikes. The original only had one gasket. I guess it goes like that. Okay. Well, I just had a look on their website, and I only see them using one filter, one gasket. But then why have they sent it with two? It's very confusing. Unless it's a spare for if you want to take it out and clean it or something. But I'm just gonna go ahead and reinstall this. Look at the state of that from using the wrong screw as well. It's pretty close to this water pipe here. I'm just gonna push it away. It's catching on this now, but I'd rather it caught on this little trim cover for the HIDs, I think, HIDs, than on the water pipe, or whatever. Oh, nearly there. I am feeling rough. I wonder if like a McDonald's could save me. A Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut. Okay, we have one final job, and that's to increase the carrying capacity. I'm going with Scott from Darkside tomorrow, and we're going just tonight. We're going to stop over at Airbnb, track tomorrow, back tomorrow night. 3 bags he's taking. I think that's 2 bags too many, personally. I've got 1 bag, but whatever. I was going to do this anyway because currently, this car, you can't carry a spare wheel if you want to carry any luggage, which I think a spare wheel on a track day car is pretty important. So I keep being sick in my mouth, awful. Okay, so the boot on this car, I mean, on an E46 Coupe, they're not massive, right? Now I could get 2 bags in here, no problem, but I wouldn't be able to get any tools. I wouldn't be able to get any wheels or anything. So my plan is this wooden fake boot thing. It's very tidy. I'm going to try and pull it out. Maybe we'll try and make it look a bit neater in the future, but just for now, I think we just get rid of it. And then that'll, we'll still keep the fake floor. I can see some wood screws from here, so hopefully I just have to take them out, right? It's really hard to get in from the front. Excellent. Well, that could not have gone much better, really. Rusty. Should I put another cover down? I don't have a sheet, but I do have a tarp, which is going to be okay because obviously it doubles up as a tarp if we need a tarp. My bag should go in there, but I don't know where his is gonna go. So my bag fits. I wonder if I can transfer this oil and other things into something not as bulky and boxy and slot it in somewhere. My dad gave me this DeWalt bag a few weeks ago. Oh, these are just the bare essentials. I don't know if you can see all right, but torque wrench, pressure gauge, cleaning cloths, glass cleaner, quick detailer if you're feeling fancy, rags, tissues, axle stand, a work light, just in case. Okay, that wraps up this video properly this time. Tomorrow I will be at Fruxton, so that's coming next, I guess. Up brakes, different wheels. It's going to be a lot noisier in there anyway now. We've took a bit of wood down, I reckon, but yeah, the AR1s on the road are just such a nasty ass tyre. They're so loud. Makes it sound like you've got a wheel bearing on the way out, but yeah, all good. So thanks for watching. Exciting little barn vlog. Goodbye. So we're actually about 2 months since I started this video. Car should have hopefully been sold by now, but obviously it hasn't because it's still there. Look, can you see it? This has all changed in that time. Look at all this. Wow. So I had the car at Fruxton like 2 weeks ago now, maybe 3 weeks ago. I've just not had time to wash it and put it up for sale. That was the test, right? Did okay, but it was making, there's something weird going on the way home from the rear suspension, and yeah, looks like we blew the BC. Oh no. So the damper is kaput. I mean, it's not completely gone. Look, it's still damping. Look, it's still functioning as a damper, but it's definitely, you know, the seal's gone or something. So I might be able to rebuild them, but I just found these in the stock upstairs. So I think just for now, I'm just going to stick these on and see how it is. These are some, obviously, Bilstein shockers. These are, you know, in really good nick. So I mean, they've been sat around a bit, but you know, they've barely been used. They've got some strong flex top mounts as well. So I think I'm just going to throw them on and, you know, just need to get out of the way. The ride height shouldn't change because that's set by the spring, and they should work okay. I mean, as good as an old BC, right? Is what I'm thinking. I'm obviously gonna have to tell whoever buys it, but we also, the car's been sat for a while, and unfortunately we still have an oil leak. BMW, eh? So the helicoil is perhaps not sealed properly, it's perhaps not flush. Let's go over here because the car's been parked over here. Just ignore all this crap going on here. So the car's been parked here for about 2 weeks, and yeah, as you can see, I mean, it's definitely a BMW. Bastard. Oh, you're not going to focus? Yeah, so it's definitely been leaking, so I need to try and fix that. Are you sure it weren't you? Was you leaking? I think it's time to tidy up, go home for the day. I had to change the spring because the damper was too long. Yeah, this ain't gonna work, Captain. gonna try and fix one thing to make me feel better. Yeah, looks way better. All right, I just got back from the Nordschleife, you might have heard of it. We're going to finish this off today, hopefully, and get it advertised and stuff. There's two problems we need to fix. I think I've already fixed one of them. There was still an oil leak from the helicoil that we did, but I've just gone, you know, just tightened it up and nipped it up, and I think I've just nipped it up. I think it just needed another turn. So I've cleaned the area and put some clean cardboard down under the car, so we'll be able to see if that's leaking. But you might remember the BC's on the rear is kaput. Well, look at this. We've got presents here. If it's spin you a Rooney, give you a little spin-a-rooney book of tea. We've got presents here from BC. What I had to do was, obviously this is a bit oily at the minute, but I had to measure the width, which I think was 44, how tall the actual threaded section was up until the cap there, which was 280 on mine, and then this section at the top where the rod is. So I sent those specs off to BC, and now I've got oily hands. And yeah, they gave me a nice little discount. So thank you very much, BC, and perhaps we'll be working with them again in the future on maybe on the Integra when that returns. Because the Integra is currently on some BCs, but they're not like a race car kind of BC. And how do I get into these easy? Okay, we're cooking with gas now. So in here should be a new damper, the same as that guy. And we're gonna rebuild it with all the old parts, but the damper itself obviously will be new and fresh. So there we go. Is it the same? Looks like it's the same. Excelente. Yeah, we've got a pair of them. Obviously only one was leaking, but we changed struts in a pair. Don't we, Ned? Yes. Yes, we do. He doesn't, but we do. Unless you're in Germany and you're in a bit of a pinch with your MR2 and you can only get one, then that's fine. But yeah, basically, I'm just going to build these up. So you're welcome to watch me, and then hopefully when we're done, get the car a wash and get it advertised, because I think I started this video probably 2 months ago. And yeah, the car is very much still here, and I've got other priorities these days. So, oh, this is so great. Is that loose? No? Obviously, we don't care about this anymore so much, so I can just whack this in the vise. I'll do it on your side so you can watch, shall I? So I need to try and get this collar off. These coilovers are very old, and they've had a lot of abuse from me. You know, they've done well, good innings, but everything else is reusable. You know, the bottom bush and everything's still in good condition. I had to heat treat these, let's say, to get them off, so it was a bit of a pain. To get this off, I don't think I've got the right sized spanner. I bought these used, but we don't need the right size spanner, do we, Ned? Oof. All right, let's think with our heads a moment. I've got a nylon brush and some mech oil from AutoSmart, and I am just going to clean this. Looks like this has already got a little bit of something on it, but let's not worry about it. Maybe we should have ordered some spares of these as well. Oh, it's coming pretty good now. These actually don't do as much as what they would do on like the front, because on the rear, this is only going up and down, right? Whereas on the front, they're twisting, and that's when these lock rings are a little bit more important. So yeah, although this is looking nasty, it's perfectly usable. Just will we find out it's not going to come off the bottom. Please don't do that to me. Please come off the bottom. Okay, we're good. I thought it might have been rolled out at the edge to stop us from going all the way out, but no, we're good. Okay. So, get rid of that. We don't know. Let's just take this off. So we want to keep that together. Get rid of this. Don't want that anymore. Thank you. Goodbye. So we're going to wind these all the way in. That's how it was before. This is the least droop, but because we've got kind of a lowish ride height, then this will just help stop the springs sprung out. I think that's nearly it, is it? We need the dust boot and stuff off the car, because I did actually try and, I'll be honest with you, I tried to bodge it a little bit. Not bodge, but I had some Bilstein shocks kicking about, which are like standard E46 shocks, and yeah, stuck. Oh, oil! I've been away for an hour, and it's not leaking. Yes. Yeah, so these are actually in real good condition. Bilsteins. They came off. I think they came on the Green Bastard when I first bought that. Freshies, I barely used, but it's way too long for what we need. But yeah, dust boots. We need these. What? Hang on. Stop distracting me. I know this is going to be interesting actually, because this is seized, so we have to try and unseize it. This damper's still good. Obviously it's not a very nice condition, but it's still good. This is a little bit short, but it was a prototype. Yeah, don't mock me, please. I can't take the mocking. So we'd be able to get this collar free, but we can't actually turn the bottom. So, and you're not supposed to heat these up, so this is a little bit sketchy, but we'll just do it a little bit. I need something big to put in there so we can twist it. What about this old damper? Oh. Well, that was a lot easier than the other side. Maybe the heat helps. Fucking, these things are supposed to be magnetic, but they're magnetically shit. So these are 11-inch wide wheels with a 295 tyre. I had them fitting okay on the blue car, but for some reason this car, whether it's because it's a bit more stanchion or something, they don't really fit as well. But let's try that. Pretty close, isn't it? Maybe have to raise the front, I think. Okay, the current plan is we're gonna raise the front up a little bit, maybe 20 mil, just to match the rear. Go for a quick test drive. If everything's good, wash it, and then do the alignment. And then it's ready for sale. I'll finish those BC things in the back. Some interior to put back together. Make the interior look a bit nicer, and then yeah, hopefully someone comes and buys it. Luckily the front shocks are nice and easy to change. I have to clean all this farm away from it as well. Minging farm, all this dirt and stuff. Oh, the spring's loose. The coilover's loose. Very loose. I wonder if that happened at Fruxton. That's not where it should be. Oh no, the spring's broken. Oh no. Why does it keep giving me new problems? The spring's broken, that's why, look. What the hell, man? All right, the saga continues. Wu-Tang. I said that already, didn't I, in this video? God, I got stuff everywhere. Stuff everywhere. We did that last night, so I got a little bit distracted. That's cool, and you'll be seeing that obviously in every video that's going to come from the barn in the future forever. Been in touch with BC this morning, and they had the springs in stock, but not by the time I was ready to order. Unfortunately, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? But what have I just found on the magic shelf upstairs? What have I just found on the magic shelf? These are the coilovers, which I think were on the front of the Bastard when I bought it, but the spring's a little bit longer than what I thought, but It is an 8 kilo spring, so the spring rate is the same. Now the question is the longer spring going to be an issue? And I think the longer spring will not be an issue because we've got all of that thread to play with, and we're not going to have it stand station anyway. So let's change these springs out. Hopefully then we can just test drive the car, have a happy time, and yeah, everyone's gonna have a good time. I'm just gonna crack on and do this because this video project is already 400 gigabytes, and you know, adds up, doesn't it? Sure does. All right, just get those springs on and set the ride height just about. So yeah, plenty of adjustability, all good. Yeah, they should be fine. The only modest difference is that the internal diameter is bigger on these springs. So, I mean, it shouldn't be a problem because obviously they're compressed and there's still plenty of clearance to the wheel. It's actually, the spring's actually a bit higher than the wheel, but yeah, could do with, I'll try and get the proper ones in time, but obviously I just want to get it up for sale and make sure it works and clean it, for God's sake. Look at the state of it. But yeah, this will allow me to at least drive it outside, get some pretty pictures. That's the old spring, look. Rip. Yeah. I mean, it was old, you know. I even had these powder coat at some point to try and get rid of the rust. But yeah, these are super old. But that's the first time I've had a coilover spring snap. But, you know, of course, why wouldn't it? After time, fatigue, hard life and all that. Yeah. Thruxton, it would appear Thruxton is a bit of a car killer because the tyres, those AD09s that I was on, also not looking too fresh. But yeah, the car looks pretty good now. So, oh, other good news is, look at this bit of cardboard underneath the sump plug. No oil leaks. So yeah, let's give it a bath, get it out, give it a bath, finish the interior, and then I can advertise it. And hopefully this will make someone nice and happy in that, yes. Oh, I forgot to video whilst I was out, but just did about 10 miles in the car and no scrubbing, all good. Even the rear isn't scrubbing, which I'm sure it should be, but it's not, so that's fine. Maybe the ride height's going to look worse in the daylight, but looks okay for now. Just waiting for, I've ordered some replacement front springs from BC, so hopefully they'll be here in the next couple of days and we can do the wheel alignment, wash it, take some fancy pictures and sell it, hopefully. Thank you. No, that's a very cool and sporty ride height, I think. A very cool and sporty ride height, I think, yes. Not bad, eh? Not terrible. Function over form. Look at the state of it. Whoever buys this, then they'll get sent this video by one of the mates and they'll be like, what the f... All right, hopefully today we finish this project. I've got some new springs from BC. I think the springs that I'll be on it will be fine. I would put the springs on with a slightly larger ID, but I was thinking about it, and you know, the way the spring will be sitting on like the top bearing and stuff, I thought it might be putting, you know, uneven pressure and stuff like that. And this is the interior panel in the car, where, you know, heated seats and everything. This is actually off my car, my blue car. We're going to put it in here because this car had retrofitted some USB power in the Siggy lighter, but they'd done it permanently live. And I think it was causing a battery drain. I've been trying to remove it, and when I've gone to get it out, they've actually cut away where the original cigarette lighter, or whatever you might call it, I don't know what you call it in your country, cigar they call it in Japan. It's the cigar lighter because obviously it's a big fat lad, isn't it? But yeah, we're just going to change out the full panel. I am going to keep though. I'm going to keep. If I come here, look, I might be able to see it better. Both of these cars would have had heated seats, I think, when they were new, but I'm going to change this panel as well because this car has the newer ABS, the MK60, which people retrofit in loads of stuff. My car has the older style stuff, and I don't know if these buttons are actually different, the DSC button. I don't know if it's actually different, but I'll just, to be sure, we'll change that as well. So it looks like it's just two T20s maybe on the back, and yeah, we'll swap that out, and yeah, back to OEM for the black car. So we haven't actually done much on the interior in this car. It's quite nice. It's got the Recaro pole positions. I refitted the seat delete and stuff the other day as well. It's got CarPlay. It's just a nice place to be. I'm going back to the Nürburgring next week, and I'm supposed to be doing the MR2 with all the new shiny parts on it, but I might end up taking this. I've got a track day on the 29th. Obviously it's the van lap challenge that we're doing, right? So that's the priority of the trip. So I might just cruise over there in this, you know, maybe do the track day in this, and then you know, because it's a good car. I know I say that a lot, but this is a good car. I do like it. So this is the one from my car, which has an ashtray in it, but currently it's in the car somewhere, I don't know. And this is the one from this car here, the black car, or the carbon black. So this is the non-smokers pack. You see how it's got a symbol of a cigarette with no cigarette. The hinge isn't as good. I don't know if I can fix that while it's here. We don't need to, it's going in my car, but look, they've bored out where that goes, so it's a little bit different. What's that? Mate, this is, every time I hear this, I just think of My Name is Earl. So yeah, look, they've modified where the cigarette lighter thing goes, so we'll put this in, and then, you know, you can choose whether or not you want to put anything in there. But yeah, if you've got an E46, you'll know that's permanent live. Hopefully the, I think they are the same, are they? Oh no, the negative's a bit smaller. Let's see if it works. Anyway, I'll put this back in my car. Amazing. I will give it a clean, of course, before doing the sales, but yeah, I do reckon I'm probably driving this to Germany next week, because this project hasn't even started yet. I've been doing this all week. And that. Okay, let's get it on the ramp and change those springs. Those springs be springing. Going to do a smart thing and measure the ride height, since we're happy with it and we know it works well. 568 mil at the top. Front right, 568. So the centre hole's a bit bigger on the joiner springs. Alright, I've just acquired a treat for a treat special, 15 mil wheel spacers. 15 bang in the middle, these will work the best. Remember, these are off an M4. I'm going to do the wheel alignment now, which is something I think I've already done in this video, so just I'll use some stock footage, shall I? Alright, I've just finished doing the alignment on this for the third time maybe in this video, fourth? No, third, second, I don't know. Anyway, fast road spec, sure, why not? That's the camber at the front, 4.1, 3.2 at the back, a little bit of toe out at the front, a little bit of toe in at the rear. You know how this goes. It was a bit of a faff because of adjusting the camber on the front's a pain. Obviously I've had the ride height up and down, but I'm happy with the ride height now. Now, got Northern Irish then. Happy with the ride height now. Is that right? I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't scrape when I test drive it, because that would be very annoying, because I've spent a lot of time on this tonight. It's, yeah, I've been going for a while, man. I've been going all day. So let's get it off the ramp and wash it, and then I say I might be driving this to the Nürburgring next week yet, but at least we know it's done. Alright, slight problem with the car now. What's that then? Well, do you remember? Of course. That happened yesterday. The bit snapped off when I was trying to torque up the top mount. And yeah, where does the adjuster go? Yeah, that's right. So, I had an adult here earlier who knows how to use one of those magic devices, but he would prefer to use a TIG, whereas that's a MIG. We're going to try and fix it by, I've got some, what they call the extractor things. It's not threaded where it is, right? But I've also been told by the experts of my Discord server that apparently if I drill the center, I can maybe try and get it to collapse in on itself a little bit. But we're going to try and drill the center, see what happens, and then we'll try a stud extractor, see if I can get it to bite and then just pull it out. Yeah, my fault. I shouldn't have used cheap bits. I've got good bits and I didn't use them, so there we go. I didn't think 65 Newton meters would snap it, but apparently it would. So here we are. Let's try and fix it. My mate says that he can fix it for me easy at work, but it would mean taking the shocker off. He also says he reckons the bit will be quite hard, but if it's soft enough to break, right? I really struggle to get a center, but it feels pretty smooth at the top. Of course, that was always going to happen, wasn't it? I'm not even going to look at this today. I need to do MR2 stuff. Why? Oh, it's my fault, that's why. Hiya.
Try and hold it steady. My hands don't do steady.
He's only gone and got it out. He's only gone and got it out.
Oh,
No job too big or small.
yeah, that was small.
Yeah, live to fight. The 10-year-old, 12-year-old BCs live to fight another day. Thanks, Dan.
Right, roll cage.
Okay, roll cage. Well, the MR2 is not going to the Nürburgring because of a few reasons, but mostly yesterday after our fabricationings, our fab work, the car refused to start up, and I need to figure out what's going on there. Obviously, we disconnected all the wiring before all the welding and everything, but yeah, it didn't want to start up for whatever reason. So that means that I think this car therefore gets to go to the Nürburgring because it's the only thing that I've got which is close to working. It's we need to fix it today and get it in operative. We need to get it so I can drive it on the Nordschleife and everything. But this is the closest thing we've got, other than the 5 Series, which I know that the 5 Series I'm sure would be more than happy to go and do a Nürburgring trip. But yeah, let's put this back together and then we'll take it to the Nürburgring. And I'm sure it'll be a very good time, and we'll be able to, maybe if anyone watches my Fruxton video, they might not want to buy it. I've just posted it, right? And the car was obviously driving a bit funny with the cracked spring and the blown damper, but new springs and dampers, and yeah, I'm not sure what wheels I'm going to go on yet. I'd probably prefer to go on my T37s, I think I'd prefer to go on the TE37s, but we'll see. Anyway, so we've got the coilover to reinstall, but then we need to do something about the rear brakes. So the rear pads aren't great. We're not going to be doing mega Nürburgring laps. Next week's all about the van lap challenge thing, which you might have already seen by now. But that's what I'm doing next week. So I just need a car that I can drive to the Nürburgring, and then we'll do some laps on the track day. But obviously I'm not going to go and kick its head in. There's no need for that. So yeah, shout out to Dan yesterday. He was able to fix this. Even before I'd got the MR2 off the trailer, he was able to fix this. Okay, I need a way to hold the shocker where it is. Maybe a piece of wood, and then I can lower it down. Oh look, there's all the wood. Got wood. We could just jack up this lower, but let's just put a piece of wood. Oh, it's perfect. Almost perfect. It'll get it. You see that piece of wood? Lovely, that, isn't it? Yeah. Let's see if it works. Looks like it worked. Yeah, we're in. So yeah, this car is obviously not sold yet. Okay, all done. Oh no, we need to do the top nut, but we can do that on the ground. Rear brakes. So I do believe, I'll lift the car up and we can have a look, but I do believe these rear brakes are not going to last a ring trip. Let's see. No more snapped bits. I'm going to start using the snap-ons. Did you know how much of a twat it is to get the rear caliper off on these? Because the damper's right there. 7mm spanner. Yeah, it's just chewing up the spanner. Look, this is not my favourite 7mm spanner, but I think it's the only one I've got. This video is going to get demonetized, right? And I'm going to spend ages trying to figure out what the hell's going on. I've been watching a lot of this Andrew Carmarter guy, right? Or I was doing in over winter time. He makes really enjoyable to watch longer videos. Figured I'd try and make one like he does. So he'll start something, and it might take him a day, it might take him 5 weeks, right? But he keeps it all in one video, and I kind of like that. So that's kind of what this video was meant to be. And plus I didn't want to post about the car being for sale, because I didn't want you thinking you were watching an advert, you know? I mean, they're not the best, but they're definitely not the worst. What do you think? That's what I was going to sell the car on. I know they're at the end of their life, but they're certainly not done. They'll probably get another few days out of them. So last week this car gave up the battery, and some other things for wiring for the MR2. And now we're going to ask it to give up its rear brake pads. I probably shouldn't sell a car. I mean, the champion keeps getting on at me for making the black M3 better if I'm just gonna sell it, quote unquote. But I think it's important for a car to be right. Yeah, it's my reputation, in a sense, if I've got one. I'm going out for a meal after this. I hope they like looking at floor, because I'm covered in it. I think we go and get the brand new ones, save them for the blue M3 and fit these in the black M3. They're still meaty. These are all RS29. These are obviously quite old. These are quite hardly used, but yeah, okay, let's just keep making this car better for our prospective new owner, who will definitely appreciate all of this, won't they? They definitely will. Pretty good advert for a car like this, right? If I drive it to the Nürburgring and do some laps and drive back. That's what someone's going to buy this to do. Right, it's a niche market. I'm going to continue this, do the other side, and then we're going to have a test drive up to Croft. There's some stuff happening at Croft today. We need to get some brake pads on the way. I've already arranged to collect them. I'm going to drive up on the Nankangs, I think, just to see how horrendous the... No, we should put it on T37, shouldn't we? I'll decide. You'll be able to see in a moment. Just a quick update on the car. I drove it to Croft last night and yeah, drives fine, drives good. I'm not a big fan of the tyres. Those Nankangs on the road are pretty awful. So loud. They're just, yeah. The Nankang, the CRS are so much better on the road for sure. Yeah, I'm just giving the car a health check. I'm going to give the exhaust a little polish and yeah, just a nice steady day today. Just getting ready to drive this to the Nordschleife yesterday, tomorrow. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. This week. Yep. Okay. Yeah. That bush in there. All right, one little job to do then. We've, yeah, it looks like the inner bush on the camber arm has died. Okay, sure, no worries. I do have some spares upstairs, and the annoying thing is we can't get a bolt out without taking the drive shaft out of the way, so yeah, a little bit more of a job than it maybe needed to be, but all right. Snap, spare. I know, I've just realised, look at this. I don't know if you can quite tell, but this is a spare subframe that I've got, and it looks like whoever had this last changed out the lower spherical joint, the OEM spherical. They've changed it for rubber. Oh dear. You are silly person. Okay, that's your problem, mate. So that bush was knackered, causing the play. Just so happens I had the spare subframe had exactly the same arms on, so that's cool. So I've matched them best I can. Hopefully the camber's right. I don't want to do the alignment again. We'll measure it. We know what it should be, because I wrote it down. It should be minus 3.2, so we'll measure it, and that's what it should be. Yeah, and that should keep everything else. Obviously we've changed the ride height. Oh yeah, damn it, I can't be bothered. I would like to go home. I've just accidentally put both rears on this side. Looks cool though, doesn't it? Like, fits them well. I think I'm gonna have to lower the ride height of the rear. I'm not, you know, if the spring rattles will fix it before we sell it. I want to look cool on the Nordschleife, because that's cool, isn't it? Yeah, for anyone thinking about doing that, it doesn't work. I just thought I'd put it on the ramp and change the tyres there and change the ride height, but I heard a noise. Luckily I heard it. Hey, even though my phone decided to connect to the Bluetooth and play very loud, and the Bluetooth speaker thing said error and it wouldn't let me turn it down. I am fucking annoyed, man. But okay, I'll just see you at the end of this day, because it's been a pain in the ass, isn't it? Yeah, I watched it again. I only watched it yesterday. I don't know. I mean, well, I know, but I was thinking about polishing it, but I haven't got time now. I watched it, so I got some spray polish stuff from Auto Smart, so like a quick detailer slash spray polish thing. And yeah, I've changed the ride height again, only on the rear. I've just been for a test drive. It's all good. Happy days. I've cleaned all the wheel arches with the G101 stuff, jacked up the wheels, cleaned all the wheel arches and stuff. Because I took some pictures of the car to sell it yesterday, and it just looked very farmy, you know, in the wheel arches. But it doesn't look as, you know. Obviously, I've still got to drive it off the farm. Yeah. Anyway, it looks nice now, doesn't it? Got a lot of packing to do. Got a lot of tidying up to do still. Hopefully I can leave here by like, I don't know, 8. That'd be nice. Okay.
Instructions broadcast over the public address system, shown on the overhead visual display panels, or given by crew members. Should an incident be detected in your carriage, the following alarm will sound.
I've got a viewing on the M3 today. Just got back from the Nürburgring in it yesterday, and yeah, I'm driving his Z4. It's going to be weird watching my own car drive around, but let's go for it. Nice car, this, Pete.
Yeah, rusty.
What? I have taken a deposit. Maybe a little bit less than what I wanted for it, but it's going to a good home, so you know, those things are important, aren't they? Yes, they are, yes. So I'll get it back, get it cleaned up, and then that's it, the end of this video. It's finally going. Goodbye. I've not even been up there. So I only got home from the ring last night before I even got to the barn. It's sold. Yeah. Well, it's not sold yet, but we've taken a deposit, yeah, from the BMW man. He likes BMWs. It's his first M3, yeah. With the micro cars. Right, it's about it's the 7th of May. I think it's about 3 months since I started this video, but there is a chap on his way to collect this car. So it's the end of the video almost. Once we see him drive away with it, that'll be the end. But yeah, he's even paid already. He left me a deposit the other day. He sent the rest of the money before he's even got here to collect it. That's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. He ended up buying it with the interior from the blue car. So I have the full heated black. I don't know if he's planning to put it back in, or I don't know what the plan will be, but we agreed a price, and then as a sweetener, I maybe sold this a little bit cheaper than I mean, probably about half as, I don't even know how much these are worth anymore, but this is a black heated Napa leather, and it's in reasonable condition. I've let him have it for 300 quid. But I mean, he's buying the car, isn't he? So, you know. But it was a bit of a bargaining chip, right? It was a bit of a bargaining chip. I do need to get it down from the mezzanine though, so I'm gonna go and do that now. But yeah, the car's good to go. I've just checked it over, all good. Maybe a little bit too much oil in it. I think I was getting a bit carried away at the ring, just trying to make sure it had oil in it. And I might have put, I mean, it has been sat for a few days as well, so you know all the oil that's in it's going to be, you know, down the bottom. The BMW, so there's actually a sticker on these cars. It tells you to run the engine for a minute before checking the engine oil, right? Never seen that, any of you suckers, you at the back. But yeah, it says run the, I'll show you. Okay, I've just given the interior a quick hoover. Nothing special. It is a nice interior, you know, with the seats and the seat delete and the big old cage and the car plays and stuff. It is a nice place to be. 129,000 miles. I think it had 124 on it when I bought it or something around that. Huh. Wow. Well, hang on a minute. Hey, we can get back on with this soon. I'm currently working on the MR2 a lot. That is dusty. Maybe it's on the standard airbox because this hasn't got it either. But yeah, there's a sticker on them that says, before you check the engine oil, run the engine for a minute. You just have to believe me. Maybe I can put a picture in off the Googles, but yeah, I'm just doing the final preparations for the man to come, and then yeah. So I've already got the cash, so it's sold. Hell yeah. So, but if you want to do like a wheeler dealer's table thing, I mean, I never bought this to do that, you know. I bought it, well, why did I buy it? I shouldn't have bought it in the first place. Definite mistake buying this car, but it's going to a good home, and I've definitely had some good use out of it, and it was very, very, very pleasant last week at the Nürburgring, if not a bit heavy. I weighed it when we got back, and it was over 1,500 kilos, about 200 more than where that one currently is. But yeah, the stock weight on these is about 1,550, so it is a bit lighter than stock, but yeah, not by much. Yeah, no, very good car. So I think I paid £16,500 for it, I think, and I'm sold it for 14.5. The values have dropped a bit since I bought it, but I've also got the 3.9 diff out of it and the Bilstein coilovers. I think that's all I got out of it. So, you know, we're not a million miles away from, that's, you know, obviously I've had to put parts back in, so it's now wearing, you know, the BCs that were on the other car, and I had to buy a full rear end for it, right, just to get the diff. So maybe I'm losing £1,000, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, let's not worry about it too much. The values have definitely dropped since I bought it, for sure. But and also I found the rust, which obviously devalues it a bit as well. And yes, the new owner is fully aware of the problems. He left half of the inner arch on his floor when he was looking at it the other day. So yeah. Anyway, he'll be here soon. What a deal! What an amazing deal! Sorry?
That's the nearest fuel station.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You might need some fuel.
Used car salesman.
So I'll direct you, come on. Wow, what a nice car. Oh yeah.
Why is it cooked like?
Yeah, you might need some fuel, but other than that, you'll be all right. Please enjoy the car. You might see a video go up on YouTube in the next couple of weeks about selling this. Don't watch it. Just probably best you don't watch it.
Right.
Enjoy.
See you later.
Take care.
Thank you.
It's going. It's going. It's gone. Right, that's it then. The car is done. The video is over. Thank you very much for watching. What an exceptional video, long play this has been. The story of selling the car. The actual sale in the end was very easy. Pete went to look at a different car. It wasn't what he expected. He knew I was selling this and he decided to buy it. Perfect. Perfect sale. Thank you very much. Excellent. Didn't have to... I was very concerned about selling a car like that because it's such a nice car, but obviously had the rust coming through at the back, and I knew that would be a pain in the ass for most men, but not Pete. He is a Superman. Yeah. They've got a nickname for him here, but I'll save it for later. Handsome Pete, apparently. Anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Don't worry about that. That's probably nothing.